What is up, Broncos fans? The Denver Broncos show back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping and breaking down the Broncos' 47-14 win over the Oakland Raiders on Sunday in the regular season finale. We finished this year 12-4. Obviously, great to beat the Raiders, 6th straight win against them. We finished this year 6-0 against the AFC West and 8-0 at home. You love seeing that, build some confidence. Obviously, we're going to get the first round bye as well, have another home game, home playoff game, I should say. Just a great job by the Broncos here of really performing well, finishing the season on the high note, getting some momentum going in to the playoffs this year. Now looking at some of the good things we did here in this game, got to start with the Broncos defense here. Very, very dominant performance by the Broncos defense here against the Raiders offense. We held the Raiders offense to only 199 total yards. They only averaged 3.5 yards per play here in this game against our defense. They only had 10 first downs. Their first down actually came in the second half, I believe. And they only scored 7 points offensively. Their other 7 points came defensively on that fumble return for a touchdown. So defensively, just a very dominant performance. You only hold them again to one touchdown drive, which came in the third quarter. Did a great job of covering downfield. I thought our coverage in this game, our secondary played absolutely phenomenal. Did a great job of really limiting the big plays vertically down the field for Oakland, limiting those opportunities. And we also were great up front. Our defensive line played a lot more physical here in this game against the Raiders offensive line than they did against the Bengals offensive line. We did a great job of containing their rushing attack here in this game. We held the Raiders to 67 rushing yards. They only averaged 3.7 yards per carry against our defense. Again, our defensive line did a much better job of winning that battle in the trenches, winning that battle at the point of attack. We gave up 200 rushing yards to the Bengals last week on Monday Night Football, so it was great to see some improvement there. And we were phenomenal on third downs defensively. The Raiders went 5 of 15 on their third down conversions, did a great job of getting off the field defensively, executing on third down, really not allowing them to really get in much of a rhythm on the offensive side of the football. And again, their first third down conversion, their first down this game didn't come till the second half. So you just love that our defense was playing with a ton of confidence, playing this dominantly, because they're going to have to play at this type of level if we have any shot of winning the playoffs. Just game 12 pass deflections, very active. What was our secondary in this game, and just did a good job of limiting the big play opportunities for the Raiders, not allowing them to move the ball vertically down the field. And that's obviously something we're going to have to do in the playoffs with all the great quarterbacks that we could potentially be facing in the AFC playoffs. Rush was really good here against the Raiders. Obviously, it was very ineffective last week against the Bengals. That really wasn't the case here against the Raiders and Derek Carr. We sacked Derek Carr 3 times here in this game. Von Miller obviously had a sack there in the first quarter. Keep to leave also had a sack. And I tell you right now, Malik Jackson really is starting to develop into something special, I think, for the Broncos. He has really played well over the past few games. He was great here in this game, absolutely leveled Derek Carr. I think it was in the second quarter, absolutely destroyed him on a hit. I think Malik Jackson can really be an X factor for the Broncos in that regard, and really be an X factor for us come playoff time, and again, being that kind of interior pass rusher that we've kind of lacked at moments in the season. He really has played well over the past few games, and I hope he can kind of take this momentum he's been building with these performances over these past few weeks into the playoffs, and again, provide kind of our interior pass rush with the punch that it really needs going into the playoffs. Obviously had an interception on Derek Carr, and then Laronta McCray absolutely lit him up on a hit that forced a fumble. Tony Carter recovered it, took it to the house for a touchdown. You love seeing your defense put points on the board and, again, force 2 turnovers, capitalize on the opposition's mistakes. Our defense really just was so dominant in this game. It was great to see them play with this type of confidence and execute at this type of level, and hopefully that will continue into the playoffs, because our offense was also great here in this game. We finished with 451 total yards of offense here against the Raiders defense. You love seeing that. Our offense was much more balanced here against the Raiders than it was against the Bengals on Monday night. Did a great job of really being unpredictable and being aggressive on the offensive side of the football. We had 39 pass attempts to 34 rushing attempts. Again, you love seeing that happy balance there. That's really when we're at our best. In this game, we did a great job of rushing the ball as well. Obviously struggled running the ball with really any effect against the Bengals, but our offensive line did a much better job being physical and really kind of beating up the Raiders defensive line for most of this game. The Raiders defensive line did kind of punch back, and I give that front four credit for Oakland. They played physical with our offensive line, but for the most part, we did a good job of winning that battle in the trenches. And again, we finished with 142 rushing yards here against the Raiders defense. C.J. Anderson and Ronnie Hillman were kind of a nice two-headed monster for us here in this game. They combined for 28 carries, 143 yards. They averaged 5.1 yards per carry. Ronnie Hillman did a great job of really getting some yards after contact and really just running physically. He really played well in this game. Did a great job of running in between the tackles, again getting a couple extra yards with his second effort. And then C.J. Anderson finished him with 3 touchdowns, had a beautiful 25-yard touchdown run where he made like 4 Raiders defenders miss, and again did a great job of running in between the tackles. Both those guys really kind of provided a physical presence for our rushing offense here in this game. And Peyton Manning, I thought, also played really well. He went 21 of 37 for 273 yards, no touchdowns, but no interceptions as well. We averaged 13.6 yards per reception here in this game, 7.7 yards per pass. Just did a great job of really kind of taking advantage of a weak Raiders secondary and attacking them vertically. And he did a much better job in this game of not forcing throws, making more decisive decision, taking care of the ball, 0 interceptions. You love seeing that from Peyton Manning. That's something that he's going to have to do in the playoffs. And Demaryius Thomas was absolutely phenomenal in this game. 8 catches, 115 yards for him. He had a beautiful 27-yard catch in this game. And again, we did a great job of really attacking the secondary vertically. Emmanuel Sanders, Wes Welker, Demaryius Thomas, and Virgil Green all in this game had catches of 25 yards or more. You just love seeing that, being aggressive and again taking some shots down the field. And we were good on third downs. Offensively, we went 7 of 15 on our third down conversions. Obviously, winning on third downs is going to be one of the biggest keys for the Broncos, especially offensively in the playoffs, keeping drives alive, keeping our defense fresh and off the field, and getting into a rhythm offensively, controlling the time of possession, controlling the tempo of the game. Did a great job of that here. Again, a winning on third downs. And our special teams was good in this game. Omar Bolden opened up the second half there with a 76-yard kick opportunity. Love seeing that. He only had 1 penalty as well in this game for 16 yards. You love seeing that. Again, did a pretty damn good job on both sides of the football of playing really sharp and really executing well. And he scored 10-plus points in each quarter. You just love seeing that. The Broncos finishing the season on a high note. And now looking at some of the bad things we did here in this game, really not much to complain about. Again, very dominant performance for the Broncos. 3 of 6 in the red zone. You hate seeing that. Did a good job of finishing off drives with the running game and getting C.J. Anderson some touchdowns there on the goal line. But I tell you what, Peyton Manning and Demaryius Thomas in this game had so many just near misses, just so many overthrows by Peyton Manning, just miscommunication again by the two of them. They had so many near touchdowns between the two of them in the red zone. There was actually a back shoulder throw by Peyton Manning to Demaryius Thomas that he just dropped. I mean, those little mistakes like that, those near misses between Peyton Manning and Demaryius Thomas, this is kind of 2 straight games where they haven't looked on the same page. Hopefully they can kind of clean that up before the playoffs. I mean, you settle for 4 field goals down in the red zone. Again, you gotta finish drives off. You gotta kind of step on the throat of your opposition, if you will, and obviously score in the red zone. Again, 3 of 6 in the red zone, not acceptable for this offense. And defensively, the only thing that we really did poorly was defend Oakland's running backs in the passing game. Latavius Murray and Marcel Reese in this game combined for 7 catches and for 90 yards. So obviously, got to do a better job come playoff time of defending the underneath routes and obviously the running backs and primarily the tight ends in the middle of the field, and just not allow the running backs to be so effective in the passing game, because that's kind of where Oakland had a little bit of success against our defense here in that third quarter was throwing passes to both their running backs, Latavius Murray and Marcel Reese. But overall, great win for the Broncos. Again, a phenomenal way to end the season. They beat the Oakland Raiders 47-14 at home. Finished the season 12-4, second seed in the AFC. Get a first-round bye, which is obviously crucial. Get a home playoff game, which is obviously crucial. Finish the season undefeated at home, 8-0, 6-0 in the AFC West, 6 straight win against the Raiders. Just a good way to end the 2014 season for the Broncos. It definitely was an up-and-down season, but we faced our fair share of adversity and overcame it. And again, you finish with a record of 12-4, and you get that number 2 slot in the AFC. So now it's on to the playoffs. These are the games that obviously matter, and once again, we're in the same position that we have been since we got Peyton Manning. We're 3 wins away from a world title, a Super Bowl championship, and obviously the focus right now for the Broncos should be to get to Arizona. So leave me a comment below, whether you're a Broncos fan, Raiders fan, NFL fan. What do you think of this game between the Broncos and Raiders? What do you think of the Broncos' performance here, and what are your thoughts going into the 2014 NFL playoffs again, which will start this weekend with the wild card game? So should be fun. Looking forward to it. Broncos back in the playoffs. Hopefully we'll be in Arizona here in a couple weeks. Thank you for watching as always, and go Broncos. postseason should be fun.